Adjustment number 2 is this idea that the Immigration Department are now going to give foreign nationals longer periods of stay each time they get approved. Because the way it works at the moment under essentially all the immigration programs is you get 1 year limit of stay when your visa is first approved, then you get a 2-year limit of stay, then you get another 2-year limit of stay, and then you get a 3-year limit of stay, assuming that there's no change in circumstances throughout all of that time, which cumulatively is 8 years, which gives you 1 year more than the 7 years you would need to qualify for the right of the vote. As I said, that's been in play essentially all the time that I've been practicing immigration. But now the Immigration Department is saying, well, no, that's going to change, because for the vast majority of people, you're going to get, upon approval, a 2-year limit of stay. And then your first extension, you're going to get 3 years, and then you're going to get 3 years, which at a stroke basically solves a resource problem for the Immigration Department, because they're essentially cutting down the amount of work that they need to do on regular extensions by about 50%. But it does mean that it makes life a little bit more certain for people when they're going into the immigration challenge and knowing that the outcome is that they will get 2 years and 3 years and 3 years, assuming there's no change in circumstances. If you change your circumstances in the meantime, then you get back onto the 3-year pattern. But as I say, essentially it's good news for a lot of people, particularly those people who have business investment visas. Because under the business investment visa regime right now, you get a 1-year limit of stay, and the vast majority of people have got to go through what's known as a business review at the end of that first year. And that business review exercise can be this kind of sword of Damocles for foreign national entrepreneurs that are really trying to make it work here in Hong Kong during that first year. So because they're now going to get 2 years, essentially they've got 2 years to have a really good go at it. And that can be quite advantageous. There is a certain type of person who qualifies under a program called the Quality Migrant Admission Scheme. And the Quality Migrant Admission Scheme is designed to attract top-notch talent to Hong Kong. And under the Quality Migrant Admission Scheme, there are 2 ways to qualify. The first is under what I've called basically the Nobel Prize test, the APT. Now, under the Nobel Prize test, if you are such a person of high caliber that you've won a Nobel Prize, you've represented your country in the Olympics, you have your concert virtuoso, you've got something so special about you, essentially the Immigration Department are going to give you a 8-year limit of stay straight away. So that's 8 years straight up. On the other hand, if you are a person who isn't of such ilk and caliber, but is deemed sufficiently of attractiveness to Hong Kong that you're going to get a visa under this program, then they're going to give you 2 + 3 + 3. On the other hand, if you are a person of high caliber that's going to earn 2 million Hong Kong dollars a year or more, they're going to give you a 2-year limit of stay and then 6 years. And that's under the Quality Migrant Admission Scheme and also under the General Employment Policy, which applies to those people who have regular employment visas. So now you've got the potential, if you're a high earner, to be here for 2 years and then get a 6-year limit of stay. Otherwise it's 2 + 3 + 3, or, as I say, if you've won a Nobel Peace Prize, you're going to get 8 years straight away. So this is the second area of adjustment that the Immigration Department have introduced. It's not exactly setting the world on fire, but it does at least speak to the idea that the Immigration Department want to do the best that they can to retain talent.